didn't even know.
You usually start off screen, don't you? Yeah.
Normally.
Straight in with us both on screen.
Oh my god, fantastic! I was going to say, what are you drinking?
This is seaweed and eons and
an award winner. A recently award-winning. I find it quite peaty.
That is the general idea, yeah. This one was the one from we had a team day, didn't we, recently? And this was
is that what the one you
won? Winners up, or runners up on the cocktail competition.
On that cocktail comp. What was your highball again?
It was we had to do food pairing, didn't we? And we were given like baby gherkins, like little cornichons.
Yeah, you got the gherkins.
So I did kind of a very strong highball that was kind of a pickleback idea.
It was quite polarizing, that pickleback. But
didn't quite get the trophy, but runners up isn't bad. And nice bottle of whiskey, yeah. So shall we jump right in with our first bottle?
Goodness, let's jump right in. What have we got to kick us off tonight, Jake?
We've got a 20-year-old bourbon, which is insane in itself. And this is Michter's, which is a very sort of well sought after, well regarded. These aged bottles go for, I mean, I think
it's a big ticket. It's a high ticket.
Yeah, well, this one I think was worth, this. I think we said it was sort of a couple of grand. I mean, bottles of this 20-year-old single barrel, previous editions, and have gone for a lot more than that. Have changed hands for a lot more than that over the last few years. So yeah, very exciting, very cool.
And it's one of the personally selected by the wonderful Willie Pratt, who's no longer with us, unfortunately.
Indeed. Yeah, I think he selected the cask. So have we got a wheel?
Oh my god, we've got a wheel. It's ready. The wheel is ready. Can you see that wheel?
Okay.
Hang on, let me just check I'm in the right settings of the wheel.
So Alex, spin that wheel.
Okay, here we go, Jake. 3, 2, 1. David P, come on down from whichever part of the country you're in.
Yeah, that is a pretty wicked prize to be winning, David. Yeah, well done. So that's
what a way to start
8438. Yeah.
What a way to start the week.
Definitely. And we'll contact all of the winners tomorrow. But yeah, wow. Pretty awesome stuff.
Pretty fantastic there. What have we got coming up next?
I mean, it's all kind of pretty awesome stuff.
It's all amazing stuff.
This is the Hakushu 18-year-old, so Japanese single malt. From a distillery that's kind of in this amazing forested mountain area. It's Suntory's other whiskey distillery, sort of the second one after Yamazaki, and I mean, this will be very nice stuff. They make lots of different styles of whiskey at the distillery, lots of different still setups, because that's how it's done in Japan. There's less tradition of trading whiskey, basically, like Scottish blenders do. In Japan, very much like you have two big companies that don't really trade with each other, so they're much more versatile in each distillery. But yeah, this is going to have some lightly peated stuff in it, some sherry influence, and then it's always kind of like a green, kind of herbally minty note with Hakushu. So yeah, good.
Is that kind of note something that runs throughout Japanese whiskey, would you say?
I think that sort of particular sort of greenness is something I really associate with this distillery. I don't know if part of it is because I know that it's in the middle of this amazing like verdant green forest. And it's like, my mind is already thinking of all these green notes. Yeah. But I think, even though they make all these different styles, it's sort of a quality that comes through in a number of their releases. Yeah.
And do you know what the name of the distillery actually means?
I don't know.
Well, Hakushu is the ceremonial clapping practice in Shinto, also known as kashiwade.
Okay.
So a form of clapping that's quiet and gentle.
Very impressive. I did not know that.
It did say on Google, it does say in brackets, not loud like Western clapping.
None of your Western clapping.
No Western clapping here. Are we ready to spin that wheel?
Yeah, let's bring it in. Okay, let's see who's won this one.
3, 2, 1. We're off. Oh, it's music run. Burnaby.
6271553. Congratulations.
Werner the winner.
Werner the winner. Yeah. That is great stuff. Lucky. Yeah. Quite jealous. Oh, wow. Okay. And now, I mean, again, these are just coming thick and fast with amazing releases.
We lined them up tonight, Jake, just for you.
Yeah. I mean, this is just extraordinarily aged Isla whiskey from the Ian Hunter storybooks. I think there's 4 or 5 of these. And Ian Hunter is kind of the guy that made Laphroaig what it is today. I think is kind of Laphroaig's line. He managed the distillery in the early 20th century. This actual release is the malt master one, isn't it? So like he was the guy that established the floor maltings at Laphroaig, which is like a real point of difference today. Very, very few distilleries have their own floor maltings.
Yeah.
So super cool. And I mean, this is just a very posh 34-year-old Isla whiskey. Yeah, incredible stuff.
An amazing one. But who's going to win it?
Who is going to win it? Let's bring in the wheel.
Bring in the wheel. And the winner of this bottle is... Harley B.
Harley B. 6258567. I mean, yeah, again, just very jealous of all these winners, Alex. These are some very, very wicked whiskey.
Amazing whiskey winners tonight. I think as the weeks are going on, we're seeing even more insane bottles that are coming out from the depths.
From the catacombs, yeah.
Named, which is fantastic.
And now this is Laphroaig 9-year-old, or Laphroaig is how Brendan says it. But yeah, it's not Laphroaig. It's sort of Laphroaig. And yeah, it's from Tobermory, but it's peated. But this one is pretty cool because it's a limited edition that is matured in Bordeaux casks, but for the entire maturation, which is pretty unusual. Usually something gets whacked into a wine cask at the end, like a finish. But this one was in wine cask the whole time. So that's And
what do you think? How do you think that's gonna, like, that whole lifetime of wine cask? How's that gonna change the whiskey?
It's a great question. I mean,
you can ask.
I haven't tried this one. I mean, it's an interesting one. You're going to get like different fruity notes than you would from a sherry cask. I mean, it's depending on how active the cask was, or how much of that wine was sort of in the oak still. I mean, it could be quite a big influence. I'd like to try this one, but I don't know. And you have the peat as well, so very interesting whiskey.
Whole raft of deliciousness. Are we ready to spin this wheel?
Spin it. Let's go for it.
Let's see who's going to win this wine cask. Ooh, the Austin Powers. Paul D.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Paul D. Let us know what this whiskey's like as well. How this lifetime of wine bedding.
Let me know. Yeah.
Let us know.
65883. Yeah. I mean, I think as Dave and Sam have said in previous weeks, and send us a pic of your cheesy grin when you get your bottle, because we love to see them. And let us know how you find them.
Send us a pic of the bottle, of your face.
Iced Reaver is sending us a wave on YouTube, so
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
What have we got here? Oh, goodness. Okay. So this is Kingsbarn's Founders. Was it the Founders Club? Yeah.
I think it's the Founders Club. What happens in the Founders Club? When you buy a bottle, Jake, tell me, can I be part of this Founders Club?
Only 3,000 people can, but one lucky winner will be joining that group. Yeah, so you get 5 different bottles of whiskey, which are they're basically their first ever whiskey made at Kingsbarns in 5 different cask types.
Wow.
So kind of it's like the story of the distillery. It's a relatively young distillery. Yeah, and I think it goes from sort of like whiskey has to be 3 years old, so that's sort of like where the first one starts. I think the last one gets to sort of 7-year-old. They're all cask strength. They're all, like I say, different casks. And yeah, little pieces of history really. You get the new make as well, so like the unaged spirit to try. I think some other
that would be very interesting.
Well. Yeah, it's a very, very cool thing. So
shall we see who the winner is of this?
Bring in the wheel.
What's it called? This family? Would it be a family of bottles?
Family of bottles, yeah.
Yeah, family
of goodies.
Bottles. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna be taking this family home tonight?
The noise is kind of blah, 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 isn't it? Yeah.
Lindsay.
6278105. Yeah, congratulations. I mean, that, like I say, very, very cool. Like, yeah, a bit of whiskey history there.
Yeah, amazing.
We've flown through these, haven't we? But that's good. We're smashing through it.
Actually, just really efficient. I think that's the takeout from this. As the weeks are going on, the efficiency is getting just to be stunning.
Either that or just you can't stop Dave Worthington talking about whiskey.
I also can't stop Dave Worthington talking about or Sam talking about whiskey. So yeah, it's wonderful to hear them talk as well. And I know if I ever ask them any teeny question on whiskey, they're going to tell me this incredible, evocative, magnificent story. Like the road that Dave was talking about last night, treacherous. And you're like, I bet you could tell me many stories about that road. Whiskey.
But tonight you've just got me.
Tonight I've got you, which is wonderful in a different way. Very efficient. Right.
So this is the 6th and final one of the evening, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is it's the Big M. As I think you were calling it last week.
Big M.
Had a few
once again.
Yeah. So my notes say this is one of just 38 bottles.
Holy moly.
It's a master of malt bottling. Taken from a single refill sherry hogshead. And I'm assured by whoever did this tasting note that it's full of stewed apple and buttery pastry goodness. So,
ooh,
I mean, yeah, it sounds great, right? It's going to have that sort of kind of distillery character, but it's not perhaps has as much sherry influence as you might be used to if you just had the distillery bottlings rather than indie ones. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a delicious dram.
I absolutely love the indie bottlings across all bottlers. I think they're so interesting, and I think it's such an innovative way as well to keep whiskey alive and to keep it evolving, because it's just a smorgasbord of deliciousness, really.
For sure. I mean, the more you sort of, as you get further into your whiskey journey, you just have all these opportunities through independent bottlers to sort of like a window into things you just wouldn't usually see. And quite often, cask strength or in single casks that are unique. So
they really capture a moment for me. That's what I like about the independent bottlers. A moment of time. Was there now, Jake? Tell me, for each of these tickets, when I enter, do I have to answer a question?
You do. Yes. So as well as this kind of these competitions being luck based in as much as getting the luck of the wheel as we draw the winners. They are also
luck.
they are also skill based. We ask a little question when you go to buy your tickets, and this is one that did trip a few people up. Yeah, I think usually our knowledgeable, audience flies through the kind of the skill based.
I think this is the first one that's tripped people up, isn't it? Really?
It's tripped more people up than than other questions for sure. But it's a fun one. So the question was, technically, in which whiskey region is Macallan? Now, the answers were, the options were: is it Highland only? Is it Speyside only? Or is it both Highland and Speyside? And it's a fun one because Macallan is undoubtedly in Speyside. Like that's where it is. But the entirety of Speyside is in the Highlands. So in actual fact, you could say that all Speyside whiskies are technically Highland. But we didn't. The question isn't that just to be a sort of a trick question in that respect. I mean, Macallan described themselves as a Highland whiskey, which they're entirely entitled to do. Any Speyside whiskey can label their bottles as Highland, but very few take that option. I mean, being a Speyside whiskey is something that a lot of whiskies are proud of. But I think Glenfarclas is the other big obvious example of someone who actually decides to label themselves as Highland other than Speyside, but they can do either because it's both. The answer is both.
What do you think the rationale is behind that? Is it more people would recognise Highland?
I mean, I think they're both. There's no bad option, right? They're both.
I mean, technically everyone's right, but not for the purpose of this question.
Being a Highland whiskey is a great thing to be. Being a Speyside whiskey is a great thing to be. I think maybe people take the option to sort of differentiate themselves from maybe like a lighter, fruitier Speyside style that's been made famous by a lot of distilleries, and to say we're something a little bit different. But they can do either because it's both.
Either or. Either or. It's fun.
So shall we see who's won an absolutely wicked, very valuable bottle of
independent Highland Speyside?
Yeah.
Highland Speyside whiskey.
And Smash Speyside 24.
Okay, last wheel of the night. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Bum, bum, bum.
Michael G.
Congratulations. Another, I mean, they've all been pretty fantastic tonight. But that, another special bottle. 6273-872. Yeah. Congratulations, Michael G.
I like imagining what someone's surname could be, or it could be their middle name with the G. And I think Michael's is probably great winner. That's probably the full name.
I'm not sure you're supposed to guess. I think there's an air of anonymity.
I think it's a GDP thing, GDPR thing. So I retract that if it's illegal, what I'm saying. So
we'll bleep it out later. Oh no, wait, it was live.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'm live, aren't I?
No, great stuff. I think we've kind of smashed through those, but yeah, there it is. Six bottles, 6 winners.
Amazing. But also we only had 6 bottles tonight. Usually we have 8.
That's true. We have had more in previous weeks.
You've been efficient, but we have had a lighter load.
We have got some other great competitions live now. I mean, there's a Dalmore that's already sold out for next week, but there's one lot which is like 4 Islay 25-year-olds from different distilleries bundled together. That's amazing.
Taste of Islay.
We've got an old and rare whiskey advent calendar, so that's like £1,000 worth of advent joy. A pair of Glenlivets, 25-year-old and 21-year-old. And there's more that have gone live today. More Islay stuff, lots more Islay goodness. We've got Octomore and Ardbeg in stuff that's gone live today. A 43-year-old Talisker, that's completely insane.
That's
a bundle of Boutiques that are all over 20 years old, and a trio of Johnny Walker Blue Label bottles. So again, like just crazy stuff. Certainly I'm not drinking these on the daily, so these are pretty.
Yeah, I know people probably think that's what we do, but unfortunately,
given the opportunity, but no.
Obviously, if there's an
not,
opportunity to, 100%.
my pocket money doesn't stretch to these, so.
But yeah, good luck, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Best of luck, everyone entering those competitions, and yeah, we'll be back, or certainly Alex will be back. It seems she's the.
Who's going to join me next week? We just don't know. Will I be on my own? Can I cope with the wheel and putting the wheel on screen on my own? Probably not. I'm happy to be a Debbie McGee to your Paul Daniels, Jake, or a Madge to Sam's Dame Etna. But there we go.
No, great stuff. Thank you very much, Alex.
See you later, Jakey. Bye, gang.
Bye, everyone.